About to enjoy some delicious Thai. What? Fork and spoon, please. Got the goods here. It's avocado curry. Let's see what it tastes like. There you have it. Fresh Thai curry. Let's take a bite of the camera. Start with good flavor, nice texture. Would eat here again. Hello. So we're going to give a little explanation as far as why I said in yesterday's video that our dinner was going to be covered. So basically, here I am sleeping 2 nights ago. 2 nights, right?
Yeah.
2 nights ago. We had gone to bed around 10-ish. About an hour later, I hear a man's voice shouting, "Hello, is anyone here?" I think the normal reaction is to panic, which I did. And so many thoughts were going through my head in that moment because I was just wondering, who the heck is in our Airbnb right now? I know we locked the door. How did they get in? And what is their intention in being here? So I start trying to wake him up because he didn't hear any of it. And it took a few times, but he did eventually wake up, which was good.
I think I was hearing the sound, but it was in this like mode that I wasn't fully awake, so I wasn't sure if I'm like dreaming or not, or I wasn't even sure if the voice is coming from inside the apartment.
Right. Yeah, there was just a lot of confusion, which it's also something you don't expect to happen. And you're also very tired because you've just been sleeping. So I feel like your brain is not fully working in that moment. Anyway, so you get out of the bed. I was basically catatonic and paralyzed and could not move. And then what happened?
So then I walk out of the bedroom and I was in such a deep sleep that I wasn't like fully aware. And then there's this man with his, carry-on in the apartment, the lights are on. And he starts talking to me, he's like, "Oh, I didn't know there's somebody here. I'm just a normal person." Trying to, I guess, de-escalate in a way. But I feel like I was in such a daze that I wasn't even conversing with him. So he kept like trying to apologize and he's like, "Oh, this must be a mistake. I can step out of the apartment." And then he calls the person
Host.
the host. And then she's like, "Oh, there's somebody in your Airbnb? Who's that?" And I'm like, "Hey, it's us. This is Bob. We have this apartment." And then the host is like, "Oh, sorry. I apologize to both of you." And then that's all the explanation that she gave to me, at least. But then the man steps outside and I can hear him from behind the door talking to the host. And then he's like, "Yeah, you told me that, my unit is F." Apparently, like, the host has like multiple apartments. All of them like start with different letters, but they're all number like 105. So the guy was supposed to go to a different unit, but ended up here. The host had the ability to remotely open the door for him, and he was in our apartment.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about, and it was so terrifying because, like I said, you don't expect someone in your place, and then you're also not in your home, so you're already feeling a little disoriented, I feel like. So it was really terrifying, and yeah, now thinking about it, we've had time to process it. We definitely have some empathy for the man too, because he probably just got off a flight and is coming here for a trip, and then to show up to your place and there's people in it, that's startling. And he definitely was scared for his own well-being because he was like, "I'm just a normal guy, I swear." But he kept saying it, and he even was saying it before we had even gone out to see if he was there, which at the time kind of freaked me out more because I was like, who shouts, "I'm just a normal person"? That makes me feel like you're not a normal person. But I'm sure he was just really scared because we can kind of laugh about it now, but at the time it was terrifying. And, people could be crazy. Like, someone could pull a knife out of fear or just panic. So I'm just really glad that no one actually got hurt or anything bad happened.
Yeah, and he was saying that he saw our shoes at the door, and that's how he realized there's people here, which kind of worked out to our benefit, because if he had walked to the bedroom and then we woke up, someone, was looking over to us, that would have been much scarier. The other funny part was that, I was like trying to like gauge the situation. I'm not even fully awake. So I'm like, how do you get in? How do you have the code? And then I'm having my night guard on, so I'm having a lisp. And then at some point I decide to pull it out. So this is like midnight. I'm having a conversation with this man and I'm pulling out my mouth guard, and it's like basically like dentures, and there's my saliva like stretching off of it. I was like, is the guy wondering what's going on here? It was such a situation.
What a sight. And I'm just laying in the bed, which is, this is the entryway over here where the said man came through. And then the bedroom is back there. So I'm just laying in the bed terrified, like completely terrified, like wondering, should I have 911 ready? If this is gonna get crazy, I didn't know what was gonna happen. So yeah, that was our little, I don't even want to call it adventure, our little scare while we've been staying here. Other than that, it's been a lot of fun, but it was definitely something memorable, so we thought we'd just kind of clear it up.
Initially, the reaction of the host was kind of interesting. I was expecting that she would quickly message us saying, hey, you know, that was me on the phone. I'm sorry this happened, whatever. We hear nothing. And then I message her on Airbnb. I'm like, was that even you on the phone? Like, what's going on? We woke up, somebody walked into our apartment. We were really startled. And then she's like, oh, I'm really sorry. You know, that was my mistake with the sad emoji. Do you want a dinner certificate or a refund? Which was kind of weird to jump to that. Like, you can apologize, explain what happened, and then be like, okay, let me make it up for you. And then we didn't respond right away because we weren't even in the proper state of mind. But then the next day we were like, hey, you know, that kind of ruined our night. It would be nice if you can, you know, refund that one night at least. And then, which she promptly did. And then she was like, oh, there's this sushi place nearby. And she gave us an extra $100, which was kind of generous, to go get sushi.
Yeah, so that was why last night I was saying that our meal was covered, because we ended up trying the sushi place, which is called the Blue Fish, not the Blue Fin, just to clarify. And yeah, that was actually really nice of her and kind of made up for the whole situation. And, you know, honestly was just probably an honest mistake. But initially the way she handled it was a bit off-putting. I know she did feel bad though. So yeah, that's our story, and we are on to Vegas tomorrow, so we'll see what hijinks we get up to there. Bye.
Bye.
We're leaving the Airbnb, on to Vegas today. We really enjoyed it here. Didn't really do a tour, but this is the kitchen, the bedroom, and the bathroom. Perfect spot for us. On to more adventures. Bye. We made it to the rest stop. It's called Eagle's Landing. Or maybe that's the name of the gas station. I'm not sure. We've got some leftovers to eat. And they have these nice tables in some shade. So that's perfect. Made it to Zion. Now we're doing the 5-mile scenic drive. Lots to look at here. You can see the red rocks. It's really beautiful. Seems a lot of people come here to hike. I think I'd be a little intimidated. Though I guess if we were more prepared for that, it might be okay. Either way, it's nice to come here and see it on our way to Vegas. Run away. We're at another rest stop. Almost to Vegas. About an hour. We stopped for snacks. I got myself some popcorn. This man right here got himself some chips. Now he's cleaning the bugs off our windshield that have accumulated over the last 3-4 hours. You can really feel the temperature change here. It's crazy. Utah was pretty comfortable, moderate. Here you step outside and it's just crazy, the heat. It's extreme. So we'll see what that's like staying here over the next couple days. I have a feeling running outside is not going to be ideal unless it's at like 4 a.m., which I don't plan on doing. Anyway, I'll check in again when we get to our destination. Bye.